Altogether, version 8 is right now positioned as a model that's faster, more precise, and more customizable. There's a lot of hype about what's going on. Version 8 is still in its alpha phase, so let's remember that. But let's go ahead and compare version 7 to Midjourney version 8 alpha. For test 1, let's look at the exterior render quality. Modern residential, concrete and glass, golden hour lighting, photorealistic. Let's make sure we're in version 7 first, and then hit send. Now I'm going to run this same prompt in version 8. Settings, switch it over to version 8, and it's going to direct us to alpha.midjourney.com. I'm going to use the same prompt that I used for version 7. I'm going to hit send. This is the output from Midjourney version 7. This is something that we're all pretty familiar with at this point. The materials look pretty realistic. It has some leaves on the ground to show the seasons. Vegetation is usually placed pretty correctly. And the lighting on this building looks like it's filtered through some trees. The structure and the architecture look more or less realistic these days with Midjourney version 7, but there's always some errors that you can find if you look closely. Like for example right here, it looks like there's a protrusion, but why would it be there? And on the left-hand side, this tree is moving into the edges of the building slightly, although it looks like it's behind it as well. So there's still a lot of errors. Now let's look at what version 8 created. You can immediately see that version 7 did a much better job at creating a realistic render. Version 8 still has a lot of work to do. The structure is off, the lighting is off, it didn't really follow the prompt too well. This tree looks like it's just photoshopped in. The tree here and the tree in the background, they all look like they're maybe 3D modeled. It just doesn't look right. The scale of the curb is too high and the textures look like it's applied to it like it is in a 3D model. I would say the lighting and the materials look a little bit more realistic, but it's at the expense of a realistic building. For exterior concept rendering, I think that V7 massively takes the win here, and it will probably be a lot of time before V8 can actually catch up. For test 2, let's do interior rendering quality. For the interior rendering, I'm going to use a very simple prompt: contemporary living space, warm timber, large format stone floor, and indirect lighting. Let's go ahead and send this in to Midjourney version 7. Now I'm going to use the same prompt, but I'm going to put it on version 8 and send it in. The output from version 7 is pretty solid. The layout of this contemporary space is obviously off, and the coffee table in the middle here is not constructed properly. There's a cutout on the wall back here that I'm not sure what it's for, but everything else in the prompt seems to hold true. It's a contemporary living space with warm timber, large format stone floors, and a lot of indirect lighting. This image itself I think is really great for inspiration and can definitely be used. Now let's check out version 8. Version 8 also followed the prompt correctly, but the layout and the material is slightly off. This could be a large format stone floor, but I think having this texture does deviate it from the prompt a little bit too much. If I wanted this, I would have said wood texture or something along the likes. The chair looks like it's photoshopped in, and the glass is giving off a reflection that doesn't seem to actually be there. It looks like there's a vignette applied to the image on the corners, which is something that I don't think it should add unless you ask for it. That's more of like a stylized approach. I'm not sure what this object is here in the background, but what it did do nicely is it created this couch, and the couch to me looks pretty realistic. The coffee table looks fine, but the items that are sitting on it could be developed a little bit more. And the last thing I want to point out is this hanging lamp seems to be really low. And again, for interior renderings, I do think that version 7 takes the win again. Version 8 did an alright job, but the materials, the spatial layout, it deviated from the prompt a little bit too much. All of this is a little too messy to be able to get a lot of inspiration from. Version 7 did a much better job. And again, for interior renderings, I do think that version 7 takes the win again. Version 8 did an alright job, but the materials, the spatial layout, it deviated from the prompt a little bit too much. All of this is a little too messy to be able to get a lot of inspiration from. Version 7 did a much better job. So far, we're halfway through, and it looks like version 7 is really taking the win here. If you're a new user to Midjourney, or even an advanced user, one of the first fallbacks that we find is that it's hard to create prompts that generate images that are actually useful. I've created a Midjourney prompt cheat sheet. It's linked in the description below. Check it out and see if you're interested. Also, if you're somebody who uses Nano Banana a lot or ChatGPT, I've got cheat sheets for those as well. All right, let's jump right in. Now we're in test 3 for prompt accuracy. We're doing this because Midjourney version 7 has a little quirk about it, where after you enter in the prompt a couple times, the style will drift quite a bit. You can give it a really complex architectural brief, it'll nail most of it, but it'll leave out a lot of the important details that you wanted it to look at. Now let's see how Midjourney version 7 and Midjourney version 8 can handle very complex prompts. The complex prompt I'm going to use is modern Renzo piano-inspired tower in the urban context on a bright sunny day, with birds in the sky and God rays shooting through the clouds. There are people outside and the vegetation is flourishing. I'm going to run this 5 times in version 7. Now I'm going to run this same prompt in Midjourney version 8 5 times. First, let's take a look at the Midjourney images. Honestly, to me, it doesn't seem like they drift too much. I think Midjourney 7 does a pretty good job at following the prompt, although sometimes it can over-exaggerate. When I said birds in the sky, it put like 200 of them, which is fine, but I could have been more direct with what I wanted. The entourage looks fine until you get to these people here. They're just not totally realistic yet. The background context looks slightly urban, and the vegetation looks realistic. It did miss one thing, which is the god rays shooting through the clouds, but that's version 7 for you. It'll do most of them and leave out 1 or 2 details that you need. Let's look at a couple more of the version 7 images. It did pretty alright here. This looks like some type of urban park that people are visiting, but at the same time, the stylization and color make it look a little bit post-apocalyptic. I don't know what's going on with this palm tree over here, it's pretty big, and the building itself doesn't really resemble Renzo's piano style to me too much, but it does look nice and it is structural in its simplified form. Let's check out the last version 7 image. This one as well exaggerated the birds and it looks post-apocalyptic. I think version 7 heard me say urban context, but then when I mentioned vegetation, it just didn't know what to do. So its first thought was all those post-apocalyptic movies like I Am Legend, where the entire city is overgrown with vegetation. It is not a bright sunny day in this image, but it did get some of the rays shooting through the clouds. My first impression is these images are great. I could have been more specific in my prompt, but in the end, it didn't follow half the instructions anyways. Now let's move on to V8. This image I think did a little bit better of a job creating a building in an urban context with vegetation. We have the god rays coming through the clouds, it's a bright sunny day, and there's birds in the sky. The building is not the best looking building I've seen, it definitely needs some work, but version 8 did follow the prompt. Let's look at the next one. This one as well followed most of the prompt. It did pick up on a lot of the Renzo piano design elements, but I don't think I would truly classify this as his style just yet. We have the birds in the sky, god rays, bright sunny day, urban context, vegetation. I'm not sure what those 2 ladies are doing there, and the image itself is aesthetically pleasing. The building could use a lot of work, the materials look slightly off, and the resolution is not great. Again, version 8 did follow all the instructions in the prompt. It didn't do them all in the best way possible, but it did follow them. Now for the last version 8 image. This one I think would be my favorite. It does have a lot of the Renzo piano design elements, birds in the sky, god rays, bright sunny day, nice urban context. This image seems a lot more realistic. Like this is actually a park on top of a hill in an urban context. This to me means that version 8 takes the win for prompt accuracy. Version 7 has always done this thing where it'll pick up on like the first 3 lines of your prompt, but then forget about the rest. And then Midjourney is not that great at editing images, so you then have to take it into like Nano Banana or Photoshop to finish it up. It seems to me that version 8 is picking up on a lot of the details that are included in the longer prompts. This is great because if you have an image with a lot of ideas, you can throw them all in there and see what Midjourney does with it. Whereas before with version 7, you did have to filter it down or you would get something crazy. For the final test, we're going to see if version 8 can handle editing images better than version 7. I'm going to switch it to version 7, and I'm going to use one of the images that we looked at previously, like this one here. Here's the image that we created in version 7. I'm going to try to make it a bright sunny day and add more urban context. For this, I'm going to do remix subtle, and I'm also going to use the same image as an omni reference. I erased my previous prompt, and I'm going to say retain composition, and the building in the center should add urban context. Let's send that in with version 7. For the version 8 image, I don't really need to add more urban context, but the building in the center does need to be developed more. I'm going to use subtle remix. For the prompt, I erased it, and I'm going to say retain the environment surrounding the building and the bright sunny day. Make the building more realistic and enclosed. The building should be in the style of Renzo piano architecture. Let's send that in. This is the image output from Midjourney version 7. It did a great job of adding the urban context, but it got rid of everything around it. The problem with version 7, and as we'll see with version 8, is you have to be extremely specific on what it is you want to keep and what it is you want to change. This can be pretty tedious, and if you miss one little element, you have to go back and do the prompt again. Personally, I think that Midjourney is still in the stage of conceptual design. It's great at getting out really nice, inspirational images to help you with your design process, but right now, it's not a great tool for editing images. Let's check out what version 8 did. Version 8 did slightly better, but it completely removed the urban context from the background, and it added this massive concrete wall to the right. It did change the environment quite a bit, but in the end, it did enclose the building. For the fourth test, whether Midjourney version 7 or Midjourney version 8 is better at image editing, I think they're both pretty terrible, and I'm going to give them a tie on this one. I think if you want to edit images, you can use Nano Banana or another AI modeling program of your choice. Right now, Midjourney is great for conceptual design and getting a lot of ideas out. If you're using Midjourney for architecture and you don't have a structured prompt system yet, you should check out the Midjourney cheat sheet. Midjourney is constantly changing over time, and I don't want you left out. Maybe you're not a Midjourney user, maybe you use ChatGPT or Nano Banana. I have cheat sheets for those as well. Find it all in the description below. If you liked the video, please like the video and subscribe down below if you want to see future content just like this. If you want to support the channel further, check out the Patreon. It's linked in the description below. Thanks for watching.